Ah, yes. Sorry. Let's say good morning. Saying I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I went outside this morning to take the dog out before stream, and man, it is nice here. Hope it's as nice where y'all are. Captain is saying I hope you've recovered from your week of hard labor working on that workshop of yours. Vince, how's it going? Martin, Raj, Mike, Down Under Maker, how's it going, sir? More hard labor today. Just got the Voron up and running. You got it running with Jabberwocky? Nice. Golf ball. Jeez. Hope that new car of yours survived well. Hey, Down Under Maker. Old lady and I were having a discussion yesterday, and I promised her I'd ask you this because it's a memory that I have. I'm not sure if I was talking to you or somebody else. And I know you got the new car. Did you get the new car because you hit a kangaroo with your old car? Or was that somebody else that hit a kangaroo? Okay, it must have been somebody else. I was talking to somebody and they were talking about hitting a car with a kangaroo, hitting a kangaroo with their car. Okay. Because we were watching videos of somebody that had a kangaroo as a pet, and the thing just massive, and the old lady's like, how could you imagine hitting one of those with a car? Not far. Well, we should get together sometime, sir. So I've been busy printing Drawery drawers. I just took print off the printer from last night. I'm running a little behind, but this is for maker chips. So there's 2 layers in this, and I can't see any reason why I would ever need an entire layer for myself. But I was thinking, like these chips that Captain sent me, that he sent me some extras, and I've got one of each on display in my little display thing. I was thinking I'd put extra maker chips if I happen to have duplicates, because I'm sure that going to shows and whatnot in future I'll have extras, and then I can put like my chips up top, and then I'll have a drawer right here for everybody that comes to visit. I just go, oop, chip. When I say everyone that comes visit, I have no idea who that is. Miss the old days where your buddies would just show up, you know? Seems like somewhere in along there that stopped happening. I'm not sure when, because I moved from New Jersey to Ohio in 2011. So moving here, clearly knew nobody, so I didn't have any buddies or anything. And then I don't know people that would have been friends in a past life, and I don't know, I just call them associates, because it's not like they ever hang out with me now. Yeah, folks from work, all that kind of crap. I might. So I gotta make some phone calls tomorrow, but it sounded like I might be out of work over the period of time where 3D Printopia, formerly Earth, will be happening. Wish I had known that. I would have maybe tried to reach out to some folks and see if somebody wanted to sponsor me to go out there, pay for a hotel and some petrol, Yeah, I'm getting some visits from some delivery people today too. So I printed this last night. This is a B car for upcoming Nerf build. We've got some we're going to be stepping up the Nerf game quite a bit here in the next coming weeks. I hope you all like Nerf blasters. I know Martin does. If he doesn't, he's got a lot of explaining to do. But I printed this in, I got just a tiny little bit of Flash Forged burnt titanium PLA. If you've printed with the Cookie Cad Dark Magic or Ambrosia's titanium anno, it's very similar to their color, and to most people would probably be indistinguishable between the two, but I think this is by far and away the best looking version of that color filament. We're okay. Anyway, I got bearings coming for this today. I've got enough coming to build 2 of these, or one of the giant ones that takes like 20 bearings. This one takes 9. But yeah, so that's a little sneak preview for what we got coming up there. Currently, I've got all my printers non-busy. Now, the other thing I've been printing all weekend is around the switch wire. What do I have in here? Oh, yes. Nothing. So all my printers are idle right now. Tis not good. But apparently y'all can hear the Trident screeching. So we'll wait till after stream to go ahead and start some stuff up. We'll give it a break. Thing's been printing 24 hours a day for quite a few days now. I need to do a restart on it. It's been doing some funky crap. Anywho, so let's get into it, shall we? I don't know who says that. Somebody says that. One of the YouTubers says that. That's not the right one. Just kidding. There we go. There's a switch wire. So we ended off on Friday. We got the frame done. And then I was rudely interrupted by a rude phone call, giving me less than optimal news. So, but what I've been printing on the Micron. So I've been going back and forth with, do I or don't I enclose this? And I got to looking, because I was printing a whole bunch of crap on the switch wire. I'm like, man, if I don't have these panels on, all the PTFE tubing for the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder is going to end up causing an issue and getting in the way of the prints. So I printed all the enclosure parts. Right now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go open up the manual. As soon as I find it, there's the switch wire folder. There's that folder. There's an assembly manual. Let's take this assembly manual. Let's put it up on this screen. Excellent. So we were here. Looks like we're going to be here with some Z-rails. All right. Yeah. And close. 2.4 should be up Shouldn't take too long. Let me see where this stuff is. I got a bunch of stuff in the post. I ordered a roll of new makers today. I finally got the coupon. I want to roll on Lee Marie's stream. They're the only ones that don't include free shipping with your thing. It is what it is. I don't mind, paying it. It was just weird. I was going to get, they've got lemongrass, green, carbon fiber, PLA. I was going to get that, but the coupon wasn't enough to cover it. I thought that would look cool for a blaster, but I did get a roll of Central 3D filament in the mail yesterday that I won from Armored 3D stream. I got the green. That's a pretty nice looking green. I like it. I gotta figure out what to do with it. So it's taking its time. It says Wednesday, but and it's a ground package, so who knows where it's actually at. Yeah, apparently they expire too, Steven, so you might want to use those. Want to be farmer? Welcome to the stream, sir. Just got back to work on your switch wire ender. Been printing parts for it on V0. Yeah, that's probably gonna take a little while. All right, so we got rails. Let me move this thing over here. These rails weren't sponsored. These came out of my own pocket. But this build is sponsored by LDO and Fabrico. Thank you to both of them. LDO sent over the filament. We are printing this in their dark teal and their stardust gray. And they sent over the Jabberwocky for this build. Thanks, Jason, for supporting that. He's just been a great guy, man. Even before he supported the channel, going out of his way, got me over that orange Trident frame when I wanted an orange Trident frame and they no longer made it. Yeah, and Hector over at Fabrico, just been awesome. He sent over a laundry list of little nickel and dime stuff that was just killing the progress on being able to get this done. Also, he sent over the fracks that we will be using on this build. If you haven't checked out the fracks kits, you really should, man. If you build any sort of printers or anything, check them out. All right, so let's get all these rails out. We'll get them cleaned up. Looks like they've been greased or something at some point, but we're gonna take them apart and get them going real nice. Yeah, it looks like maybe looks like West 3D kind of pulled them out and greased them. Because I don't think a manufacturer is going to shoot grease through the hole on this like that. Definitely looks like a They did that over there. Havoc, how's it going? Not much, sir. We were just talking about upcoming stuff. Talking about the fact that we're going to have bunches of blaster builds coming up here in the near future. I get a paper towel or something here. These are some tight rails, boy. I don't think I'm going to pull them apart. You can clearly see there's a crap ton of grease in there. It looks like the right grease, too. I don't know that these things would want to go back together if I pulled them apart as tight as they are. No, because the grass screen ABS looks different than that in the picture anyway. Than that grass screen, that lemongrass. Oh no, that's what you're saying you're getting. Sorry, misunderstood you. I ordered the burnt orange because I'm a sucker for orange. Magic the Gathering deck boxes, nice. I kind of miss playing Magic. That was a fun time in my life. Speaking of people just dropping by, man. Growing up, we had a front porch that was screened in. And my house was the de facto place for everybody to come play. On the weekends, I'd have freaking 20 people sitting on my front porch playing Magic. Wednesday nights, we got together at the public library. There was at the peak, we had like 50 people show up at the library on Wednesdays. All right, so did I print the tools for this? How much you want to bet I didn't print the freaking tools for this? No. There's one. 2021. Sure, we'll need it. Where's the other 2021? So few parts in here. I mean, there's significantly more now that I've printed all these panel parts. But man, it sure does feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, the colors are nice. Like I said, this filament was sponsored by LDO. This is their dark teal and their stardust gray. So how many of these screw-em-a-bobs am I going to use? M3 by 8. Oh, wait. We have hardware. We do have hardware. Let me get the hardware up. Yes. Screws and stuff. You did your NG in that? Nice. All right. So we're going to need these 3030s. And then we're going to need some M3 by 8s. Which is this bag. Tell you what, we'll get the third cam going over here. What we got over here? Let's see. I got grease all over my cup. My cup of orange juice. Some OJ. All right. We're gonna need 2 of these M5 by 10s. We're gonna need some parts that I forgot about. The little stoppers. Guess we might as well just bring this around. We need these stoppers that go on the tops and bottoms of these rails. And there's one. They just go on the top. Hold on a second. Yeah. No, there should be 3 of them. Should be 3 of them. I'm referring back to the other tridents. Oh, good. I didn't print the right number of them. I printed one. Good. Excellent. You're over here. Get a roll of this. Oh, so a little bit of other news. As I have said before, this switch wire is going to be getting the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder 2.5 beta. I got permission yesterday to stream that build, so I'm going to start reprinting everything, and we're going to be building the 2.5 beta of the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder live on stream. Let me go over here, open up Orca Slicer. The V0. Switch wire. It's going to be a 17-minute print. Get some filament loaded up and get this going. This is one of the things that the V0 just excels at, man. Forgot to print something. I just need one tiny little part. I don't even have a heat soak on the bed. I just have it set to sit there and heat up until the chamber gets to the right temp. Happy, how's it going? It's the NG's girlfriend. Yeah, this one's not a mains powered bed. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the one from FormBot's mains powered, but the one from the LDO kit is not. I mean, the bed heats up pretty quick, though. It's cruising along. All right. Well, we'll do the left side because the bottom stopper on that is different anyway. Oop. Done messed up already. You got to put this nut in the other way around. No, I didn't. And I got this one a while ago, right after the V0.2 kits first came out. I actually built that in the course of 6 hours during Nero's New Year's Eve giveaway stream. From start to finish, in one of his streams, I managed to build that. Havoc, I don't know, man. I haven't looked at what the bomb on that would look like, but somehow I have a feeling that you would probably be better off investing a few more dollars and just getting yourself a Trident kit. And having 2 printers in the end. It's always nice to have an extra printer around the house. Just spacing out these nuts. Where'd that thing go? All right. Where did I put that other spacer at? How much you want to bet I picked it up and put it back in the bag? I did. You want a 2.4 for index and go that way. Hopefully index is good, man. People are really hyped about that thing. Feels like Star Wars, where Leia's like, help us, Obi-Wan. You're our only hope. But instead, it's everyone going, help us, Bontek. You're our only hope. I mean, I would not mind checking one out, but tell people I know and trust have them on their printers and tell me that they're good. I'm not going crazy on this thing. All right. I have no reason to think that it's not going to be great. But I also have no reason to think that it will be. So that's where that is. Mike, how's it going? Our second Mike is in the house. Excellent. Now let's skip ahead and while we wait for that part to print, and see what else we can do. Y-axis. Bed carriage. Guy at work has a trunk, see? All right. So. We are looking for a pot that looks like that. This pot looks like that. Three by 8. Oh, wait. This is a drill hole thing. This is already drilled out. So we don't need that part. I printed it for nothing. All right. So M5 by 30. That's not right. There it is. Boom. Then we need shims and some bearings. These are shims. Where'd I put the bearings? Are they in here? Nope. Here they are. We've got some honey badger bearings. These are from Fabrico. Okay. And then this gets screwed into this thing. This is just screwing in the plastic. And this is going to go onto the front. Ooh, that one does not want to go in there. All right. Steak and eggs does sound good. And I do not know why this thing does not want to go in here. Hopefully that's not indicative of things to come. Rolling nut did not want to go in there. All right, now we're going to build some stepper motor stuff. So what I'm going to do is use one of the moon steppers. Oh, that seems like a terrible idea. Then I've got a bunch of motors that aren't paired right. All right. Here we are. Trains are fun. I got to ride on a train for the first time going up to New York. That was a really good time. My 6-year-old was just asking about when we could ride on a train again. All right. Let's get out the old calipers. We need 6.5 millimeters. There to there. That's going to be a pain in the butt. All right, what's the size on this? I'm just grabbing that on. It's easier to measure that way. .2, so 7.7. Nope, that's wrong. .5 from the top of that. That actually makes a whole lot more sense. Got back from Niagara Falls. That's cool. Why would you want pizza from Chicago? Ugh, Chicago style pizza. It's terrible. Terrible. All right, so that goes there. This goes here. Then we go and get some screws, I'm assuming. And 3x30s. Yeah, New York style pizza is much better. If for nothing other than the fact that it is pizza and Chicago style pizza is not pizza. Guess it's all a matter of what you grow up with. I'm not necessarily saying that it's disgusting or anything. I'm just saying it's not pizza. You know, you'd be really, really fucking pissed if you came to me and I was a restaurant owner and you were like, yeah, let me get that there bratwurst, and I handed you a fucking Oscar Mayer wiener and told you, oh no, this is the Ohio style bratwurst. You're like, no, motherfucker, this is a goddamn hot dog, not a brat. It's the same thing. Just because they have similar ingredients does not make them the same thing. Exactly. Down under maker, like, you go to Italy, what we make is not, you know. This is a fact, Mike. Holy fuck. So, I come out to Ohio and some people are like, man, you gotta try Skyline. You gotta get a chili dog from Skyline. I went there once. I'll never go back again. I don't know what the fuck they served me, but it was the lowest quality hot dog I've ever had in my life. You know, we weren't rich growing up. We ate ballpark hot dogs, ballpark brand hot dogs at home. But to me, a hot dog is Nathan's or Hebrew National. Preferably Hebrew National. Whatever they served me could not be considered a hot dog. And whatever they put on top of that was not chili. No, Skyline's terrible. Same way with White Castle, man. White Castle. Oh, man. I've never eaten there once and not gotten sick. And every time I eat there, it's because somebody I'm with is making the decision on food that I'm not. I try something different every time in hopes that I won't get sick, but nope, no such luck. That's about it, Brad. That's about fucking it. What are you talking about? Who's boiling sausages? No, I don't boil a hot dog. Shit, if I'm not making it on the grill, I at least fry it on the stovetop. Listen, I'm with you that there's way better things out there than a hot dog. But when it comes to a hot dog, there's definitely different levels. Did the stream freeze? Hey, I'm down. I'm down. Down Under Maker, I have that issue happen all the time with a couple people's streams that I end up having to refresh my browser to get to work. For some reason, the Lee Marie stream, I can't keep that thing from falling behind. Every 10 minutes, it's dropped behind like 30 seconds, and I can't figure out why. All right. So there's that. I fall behind on your phone. I wonder if I don't know what bit rate Jeremy streams at, but right now I'm at 10,000. I wonder if it's just like a function of the internet. Well, that doesn't make any sense because like I got half a gig. I should have no issue keeping up. All right. Let's get some rolling nuts. Brad, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think their lag on chat is a setting issue on their end. You can set how long of a delay before the messages pop up on screen or whatever. And then I don't think they stream in, like I stream in ultra low latency. I don't know what they stream in. All right, these rolling nuts don't want to go in there. There's old LDO extrusions that did not like to have rolling nuts go in them. John, how's it going this morning? I haven't seen you in a while. So let's try these T-nuts. Yeah, these ones go in. Two, three, four, five, and six. Yeah. So I almost don't even bother chatting over there anymore because of that. Yeah. Yeah, this is running on the new stream computer. Thanks to Captain. I have found that it does not like to wake back up from being asleep, but I'll just set it so it never goes to sleep. All right. Now, we've got a question. Do I put the writing on the carriage to the south or to the north? Damn, I guesstimated on that perfect. All three of them lined up exactly. Down under maker, I had to switch from Linux on here. Disable power management. All right. I had to go to Windows 10. It didn't have the ability to run some of the apps that I have to have in Linux. I tried using Wine, app called Wine, so I could and it would open it, install it, but then the app still wouldn't see the cameras for the OBSBot or the Insta360 link, so I couldn't control them. OBS was lacking a lot of features that I use all the time, even though the build version was the same, like number, it just didn't have things in it. It was weird. I do have my Unraid NAS up and running though, so that's cool. Transferred all my stuff to it from my iCloud account, but it is extremely slow. Like, I click on it and it takes a while before like stuff shows up. So I don't know. It might just have to serve as a backup rather than something I run off of, which is weird. Like, it's got a 2017 Xeon processor in it, which, yeah, it's not super new, but it's 4 cores. It's a pretty fast processor. This processor that's in this is from 2019 or something like that, and it's running all this crap just fine. I'm sure that it would run stuff fine. I don't know why it takes forever to pull up stuff. You love Unraid? I don't understand why it's doing that. I don't know. I think that they all have their advantages and disadvantages. I think there's definitely a place to have a little bit of all of the operating systems. I smell smoke. Hold on. Smells like an electrical fire. Coming from outside. Yeah, no, that's probably too advanced for me. glad nothing's on fire, but could you imagine how excited Grant would have been if he would have had a printer fire that was streamed live for his Print Fix Friday streams? All right, man. I see how it is. Sleep on my stream so you can watch Steve's stream. It's because he gives away filament. I know. All right. Let's get another one of these M5s. We're going to put these off to the side because they don't work. A Hackintosh. Yeah. I love Mac OS, man. Love it. Don't get me wrong, it's got its quirks too. But I'd be damned if that little fucking Mac Mini hasn't blown me away. Let's hit this with a little bit of heat. Get rid of some of those stress marks. There we go. That's looking pretty. I think that's my problem too. Like, I get annoyed with it. I just need shit to work, man. I don't know enough to figure out my way around it. That's why I got rid of Proxmox and just installed Unraid. Like, I had a lot of money in drives sitting there that I needed to work. I'm still annoyed because it takes so long to load up the NAS. Now I'm considering just keeping my iCloud drive because I can access it from all my computers, Mac, Windows, my phones, everything. Like yesterday, I was out all day, had files sent to me, and I just was able to go boop, save to my iCloud drive, and then they're there today to slice them, or last night. So yeah, it's like, I don't know. All right, so now we need 6 of these 3030 M3 rolling nuts. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Yeah, I heard about Microsoft screwing up some folks' drives. Is that still an issue, or did they fix that? What is KB? Forgive me for my ignorance. All right. You would have thought they would have fixed that right away. Figure some big enterprise companies would have got pretty pissed that their shit was all broken all of a sudden. All right. Give these appropriate amount of Zuggadugas. If I was a smarter man, I'd just go grab one of my torque screwdrivers and torque it down to spec, but I'm lazy. Pretty much only do that when I'm installing expensive tubes with glass in them. Da Vinci, how's it going, sir? You guys are just staring at the table. All right, now that we're done backtracking, what's now? Ah, deck panels. Good. I would like to know that same thing, John. I would like for my NAS to just back up my iCloud account. Just like automatically back up my iCloud account. Like I can just save everything to iCloud and then it pulls everything down from iCloud. All right, we need this box because we need panels. There they are. One goes there. The other goes there, like so. Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's go. Maybe. Maybe. Interesting. Says it's offline. $3D&T Printing, how's it going? Fair enough. I was gonna say, did you guys get any sleep? I know I didn't. I went to bed at 2 and was back up at 7:30. All right, so we need 6 of these. All right. You went till 5 a.m. on the Death Racer? Nice. Yeah, like I said, I really want to build a Death Racer. It's just a function of every time I look at how much one of those kits costs to do it, kind of balk and don't do it. If anybody from Big Tree Tech is watching, send me one. We'll build it on stream. The little one would absolutely love one of those, man. Gonna grab a paper towel, a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and give these panels a little rub down. Everybody likes a little rub down, right? I've not done any RC cars. I'd really like to. I've not done one though. This panel install is where you'll find out if you measured for this center beam correctly. If your panels don't fit on the bottom, you'll know you didn't measure right. Any of you guys pick up one of the switch wire deals throughout the holidays? Oh, Lord, excuse me. I bought the files for the CUDA, but I haven't built it yet. I really need a kit. I'm not trying to sit here and self-source all that stuff. All right. Bottom panels installed. Can you do sensorless homing on the... I really hope you can, otherwise I need a different controller board. E3V3. Okay, you can do sensorless. So I'm gonna have to do sensorless homing on... Do I have to do sensorless homing on this? I have to do it on the 2.4. Do I have to do it on this? Let's go look at the Jabberwocky. Jabberwocky GitHub. STLs. Mounts. Switch wire. I don't know. I'm not doing sensorless on. Oh. All right, let's see. Where's that mount? So I don't see any holes, so I'm gonna have to do sensorless on X. Might as well do sensorless on Y. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. But doesn't look like I have an option. Well, no, we'll do it on X and just we'll put the part on there for Y. I've got the part. All right. Unplug this. Get our fracks plugged in. Heat that up. I don't think anybody particularly likes sensorless homing. It's kind of one of those, sometimes a necessity. Like there's no way to mount a XY end stop on the gantry and stuff that I did on the 2.4. So I've got to. There's no way to mount a X end stop on this thing, so I've got to. But we don't have to do it on Y, so we won't. So we need heat set here to there. All right. Yeah, I wanted to put cartographer on here, but funds are not going to allow, so we're going to do clicky probe again. All right. Next. Get one of these things. This one already has wires attached to it, so yay for that. The fuck? Oh, there's two versions. Excellent. I was like, there's no mounting holes on here. JPP, how's it going? What's the matter with lane 1? So many people have issues with their box turtle. I have issues every once in a while, but nothing like I used to. When I first built the thing, it was unusable. All right, there we go. Does it even try? Like, what I'm saying is when you say it won't load lane 1, does it grab the filament and like suck it in? Like, is the extruder actually turning? Is it like trying to push it and it doesn't get all the way through? Is it just not like at what point does it stop? All right, now we need a little part that looks like that. I'm just reusing all the heat sets that we yanked out of those old parts on Friday. I accidentally got into a menu. I don't want in that menu. I don't know how to get out. It's giving an error loaded, but not identified as loaded in extruder. So does it push the filament part way then, Mike? If it's pushing it part way, there's where you tighten up the tension onto the filament, there's a little screw underneath of that arm. Tighten that screw all the way in as far as it'll go so you can tighten up the pressure on that filament, because what that'll do is that'll hold that arm and the gears away from each other. No matter how tight you tighten it down to grab that filament, it's never actually grabbing the filament any tighter. That gets a lot of people. All right, so if I'm looking at this from the back, this is going on the left. Yeah, no, I get it. I was just trying to give you maybe a direction to go when you're ready to mess with it, like something to check if you hadn't checked it already. I've sworn that next time I had mine apart, I'm just going to take those screws out of mine. All right, now we get to the Y belt. All right. No. We need a little belt retainer thingamaboober. There she is. And we need an M3 by 12. That's the issue with all of the systems out there. You got to get them dialed in. They all require quite a bit of work to get dialed in. It's not like going to the store and buying a bamboo and you just take it out of the box and you hit print. It takes a fair amount of work to get it dialed in. I feel like I could have gotten a few more teeth out of that. Maybe not. All right. 'Tis what it is. Now it's time for a carriage. These rails really do feel a little gritty. I've got a few friends that built those Python things on their AMS. All right, Captain, don't overwork yourself. The night owl that I have over here that I need to get set up on the Micron uses filamentless for managing the spools on that. I haven't got time to mess with it yet. All right, so what size screws do you need? M3 by 8s. Tens, 16s, 12s. Where did I put the 8s at? There they are. All right. M3 by 30s. Andy, how's it going? How are you today? There is no way to attach cable chain to the Jabberwocky. That assumes you're going to use CAN bus. Or not CAN bus, Ethernet or CAN bus. So you're using an umbilical. No, it's not printed. It's one of the Prusa Mark III bed carriages. It's all metal. But if I'm going to put on clicky, Nope. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and I'll buy another cartographer. But that means we're gonna have to remove some magnets from the bottom of this bed. So we're gonna skip this Y cable chain. No, we need the Y cable chain. We don't need... What am I thinking? Don't mind me. It is USB. It is USB. It has the Nighthawk tool head with it. Most of your day's over. All right, I'm gonna need 2 more heat sets on the top. This isn't close to being the right one. Now this part here is a modified version to move that Y drag chain out a little bit so it doesn't make quite such a tight radius. Digimatic, the creator of the Jabberwocky toolhead, made this file. His was for a 2 hookup for the IGUS chains, so I modified it to work with the generic cable chains. No, it's got its own mount. There's mounts for everything in the GitHub. All right, now we get to some skirts. All right. All right. Then this one, that's real fun to put in because the hole's not actually deep enough for this heat set, so that's always fun. Requires a fair amount of cleaning up afterwards. All right. So more M3x8s. As soon as I find where I put the bag again, there they are. Pro tip, don't tighten these down all the way. They need to be adjustable for when you put this skirt on. All right. Let's go over to, yeah. I'll slide this on back here. Now you can kind of center that. And then you'll be able to tighten her down. But let's go back over here. Another M3x8. I'm not going to tighten that down either because I'm going to need to put some tension on these belts here in a second. Two, three, four, some M5x10. All right. Now I can tighten this up. We're going to loosen this up. Get some tension on our belt here. All right. I don't have those made. I need to do those as a multicolor print. And we got to put skirts on the front. Let's get this knife out and clean this up a little bit. Oh, I need the other little pieces for this. Go around the screen. Little accent pieces. So this is a little 4.3-inch wave share screen. It's chipped down in the corner, but I think it'll still work. We'll find out at some point in the near future. I was told when I got it that it still worked. All right. Tell you what, it's getting awfully warm out here. $84, no, it's not bad. I don't know, I'm dying. All right. Now we can slide this onto the front. I think we're going to need to at least temporarily install the feet on this thing. I don't know that the feet that I printed are going to be tall enough. Yeah, they will be once that bottom panel's on. All right. Same deal here. Couple of M5s. Then 3x8. Actually, this is going to take a shorter one because this thing is not right. So we're going to need an M3 by like 6 or something. Tighten up this one on the back. Once I get these installed here, maybe we're going to call it because my little one should be coming back from church / her grandparents here in a few minutes. Sounds like the old lady's on the phone with her now. All right. So there's that. All right. There she be. Let's get a screw to put in up here. I don't know where my driver went. There's my driver. And there we have it. So, for the ones of you who have hung out and stuck with me, I appreciate it. I know there's some other streamers streaming right now. So I think Killer Prince is live. I know Steve will be streaming here in a little while. So if you're looking for something to entertain yourself later on today, go check those guys out. Other than that, have a good one. You're home. Say hi. They can't see you. Say hi. All right. Yes. Have a good one, y'all. Later.